Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله، أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله، أشهد أن محمد رسول الله، أشهد أن محمد رسول الله. حي على الصلاة، حي على الصلاة، حي على الفلاح، حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر، الله أكبر، لا إله إلا الله.
الحمد لله رب العالمين، له الحمد الحسن والثناء الجميل، يقول الحق ويهدي إلى السواء السبيل. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وخليله ونبيه. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء، واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. أما بعد، اختلاف, difference of opinion. This is a major trend when you deal with other human beings. It is the cornerstone of developing good ideas and seeking the truth. It is a necessary process that everybody got to go through. Asking him or herself, why do I believe what I believe? And is there an opinion that goes against what I'm proclaiming right now? The difficulty starts, actually, brothers and sisters, the difficulty is when the ego is linked directly with your opinion. And when seeking the truth becomes secondary to having the people agreeing with you. Your ego should be at all times limited, and the knowledge and the love for knowledge should always prevail. Let me give you an example. The Sahaba of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam have multiple differences of opinion. Day and night sometimes. Multiple people. Abu Dhar al-Ghifari actually said it's haram for you to keep money whilst other people are in need of it. He says saving is not allowed. And he was a major companion. I think he was the 5th or the 6th Sahabi who became Muslim. SubhanAllah. May Allah have mercy on him. Abu Bakr used to advise the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam to go for A. Umar, when he was asked, he used to say B. And the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam sometimes used to choose Abu Bakr. And the ikhtilaf was present. Multiple times the Sahaba had issues amongst each other. They were disagreeing about what to do. And the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam always came to calm them down. But sometimes the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam got corrected. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent ayat down after the battle of Badr. And the captives were sold back in freedom. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent ayat back that the advice of Abu Bakr was wrong and the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam should have followed Umar ibn Khattab. On other moments, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala agreed directly with Umar ibn Khattab in the Quran. On multiple moments, Abu Bakr and Umar had a hard dispute. They were talking loud. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, don't put your sawt, your voice above the Nabi. Don't talk louder than the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Behave. And then when he died, alayhi salatu wasalam, and people were in shock, Umar was out of it. He was out of it. He was upset. And he said, if any amongst you say that the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam died, I will kill you. Because he didn't die. He just went up to Allah, just like Musa went up to Allah. And he was convinced. Why would Rasulullah die right now? He was healthy yesterday. I saw him smile in the masjid. Now this couldn't be true. You know what? It's nifaq. You're a non-Muslim if you say that the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam died. And everybody was afraid to talk back against Umar. Not because they are afraid of Umar radiallahu anhu, because they don't want corruption and fitna. Because they didn't have an argument against Umar. And even if they did have an argument, sometimes they choose not to be divided. And everybody just waited and allowed Umar to say what he wanted to say, up until Abu Bakr came down, radiallahu anh. He came inside the masjid. He went on the minbar, just like I'm standing on the minbar, and he says, calm down, ya Umar. Calm down, ya Ibn al-Khattab. Relax, ya Ibn al-Khattab. And Umar didn't relax. He didn't relax. So Abu Bakr radiallahu anh recited the ayat, and he brought the proof, and he said, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has died. And if you were worshipping him, that's too bad. But if you are worshipping Allah, and if you believe in Allah, then know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never dies. This was an argument that Umar was ready to accept. In front of everybody, he says, I believe the messenger didn't die. But he was not afraid to say, you know what, I'm wrong. Abu Bakr brought the dalil, he brought the proof, and therefore, I gotta listen to him. And this is something that we need to seek as well. Something that we need to understand as well, that the scholars of the past used to consider somebody a serious student of knowledge if he or she were aware of the differences of opinion. If they said, for example, what do you think about this? And they would say, oh, Imam Shafi used to say this, Ahmed Muhammad used to say this, Imam al-Awza'i used to say this, Allah Alam, because this is their proof, this is their proof, this is their... That shows that you don't have a bias necessarily, but you try to look first. That's very important, because this cancer, if I may call it, the anger and the disrespect that we are feeling for each other is destroying our scholastic work, is destroying our ummah. There is no point in fighting and calling people names. There is no point in saying, I am right because I have passion. Can you not fathom and understand that somebody else has passion as well? Can you not understand that we are ruining our beautiful, beautiful ummah with this? We gotta understand that we will not always agree, and that is fine. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله كفى وصلاة وسلام على رسوله اصطفى وعلى آله وصحبه الشرفاء. Umar radiallahu anhu was walking with the Sahaba, with a major group of the Sahaba and the people from Medina, and he was going to Asham. On his way to Asham, he heard that there was an illness, just like COVID-19, a very illness that was very widespread, and you could easily obtain it, and that was called the plague. The plague was in a certain city that they needed to go pass through. So he asked the Sahaba, he said, what do you guys think that we should do? Some of the Muhajirun said, you know what, Umar, let's go back. Some of the other groups of the Muhajirun said, no, we should go through and trust in Allah and kada wa kada. And they both brought arguments and proofs. And he asked the Ansar the same thing. Also two camps. So he couldn't get a correct answer, and he didn't want to cause fitna amongst the Sahaba. So what did he do? He just said, let's just sit down, ask ourselves, why do we think what we think, and come back if any of us found a dalil. Abu Ubaidah was not with the army walking at that moment. He was not with the expedition. But he came and he met Umar radiallahu anhu, and he said, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, why are you guys standing here? And Umar radiallahu anhu told him, listen, I don't know, should we go past this dangerous place where we can get ill, where people can die, or should we just trust in Allah, or should we be smart and be afraid of the qadr of Allah and go back to Medina? And Abu Ubaidah said, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, I know a hadith of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam that says, if a certain illness is in an area, if you're in that area, don't go out of the area. And if you are not in the area, don't go to the area. And that is a dalil. That is actually a proof and an argument. There was no emotional connection. There was no, I am right because you are wrong and I have more passion and love for the religion. They were searching. And all of those people, when they listened to the common sense of this hadith and they verified its source, they said, you know what? Even though I had a different opinion a minute ago, I'm willing to understand. I'm willing to come to a conclusion. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, وَأَطِيعُوا اللَّهَ وَالرَّسُولَهُ وَلَا تَنَازَهُ فَتَفْشَلُوا وَتَذْهَبَ رِيحُكُمْ وَاصْبِرُوا إِنَّ اللَّهَ مَعَ الصَّابِرِينَ. Obey Allah, obey His Messenger. Don't be divided. Don't have discussions over little things. You'll lose your strength. You'll lose your unity. But be patient. Indeed, Allah is with those who are patient. That should be the advice of today. If you are having a heated argument with somebody, just relax and ask yourself, what am I losing if I continue this debate? Am I losing the unity? Am I losing my beautiful cohesion? Is it really worth it? Are we really going to fight over doing raf'ul yadayn? Raf'ul yadayn means this in salah. Are we going to have discussions or call the other one kafir for this? Seriously, we have totally lost the plot if that's the case. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect you and me from such a way of thinking. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide all of us to the truth. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us Jannah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from Jahannam and from Adhab al-Qabr. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from this illness. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala get us out of this lockdown. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala free this country and allow them all to understand this beautiful religion and Islam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow you and me to be somebody who can go above their ego and just say, you know what, I am wrong. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow you and me never to be afraid of the truth. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow you and me to have patience with each other. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow our brains to open up and fathom and understand why there are differences of opinion, to find the beauty in it instead of hating on it. أقيموا صلاة يرحمكم الله.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
لا إله إلا الله. استووا واعتدلوا يرحمكم الله. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. طه ما أنزلنا عليك القرآن لتشقى إلا تذكرة لمن يخشى تنزيلا ممن خلق الأرض والسماوات العلا الرحمن على العرش استوى له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وما بينهما وما تحت الثرى وإن تجهر بالقول وإنه يعلم السر وأخفى الله لا إله إلا هو له الأسماء الحسنى. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. هل أتاك والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواسوا بالحق وتواسوا بالصبر. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Beste allemaal, ik wil jullie allemaal vragen om de moskee niet te vergeten. Vooral in deze roerige tijden van corona zijn we echt afhankelijk van jullie donaties. Meer dan normaal. Dus draag bij wat je kan. Zoek beneden eventjes iemand op. Maak wat over. De contactgegevens vind je natuurlijk altijd ook nog terug op Facebook. Of je kan altijd even een bericht sturen. Spreek iemand aan beneden als je iets wil doneren, iets kwijt kan. Barakallahu fikum, jazakumullah khair. فقال لأهله إني آنست نارا بقبس أو أجد على النار هدى فلما